And we're live. Welcome, everyone. Or I'll give you all an opportunity to come in before we get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys? Happy Thanksgiving to you. Come on in. I'll give y'all a chance to come on in. I'm not trying to interrupt anything, honey. I just wanted to show my face. Maybe read a little energy. Huh? Yeah. How y'all doing today? I'd like to welcome you all to the channel. Happy Turkey Day to you if you celebrate. All right. As you know, this is an all Aries channel for all of my Aries placements. Cross watchers, you are welcome as well. To everyone, just take in mind that this reading may or may not resonate with you, and that is okay. Do not force the reading. All right. I am running my sale. So it is, I guess you could say, like a pre-Black Friday sale because mine has been going for a few weeks now, and I'm going to continue it. Like I said, all of my intention candles, if you like to shop my metaphysical shop, all of my personal readings, intention candles, all natural soaps and oils are on sale, 33% off. Okay, which is rare. I never do that. So take advantage if you'd like to connect. It's been a pleasure connecting with you guys, especially during this Zucosis type energy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Zucosis, okay, and then come back and tell me. Some of y'all may have already maybe hit, but if you'd like to connect with me, all of my information is in the description box located down below, as well as my second channel where I read for all signs, Lit the Alchemist, which should be in the comments in the description box down below. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on, y'all. Are you with your families? Are you just hanging out, laying low? Are you just thankful to be here? Because I definitely am. This time last year was very different, and this year I am, extremely thankful. I'm a lot healthier. I'm a lot wiser. I feel like a lot stronger. I have an even stronger support system in each and every last one of you guys. And that, is one of the things that I am most thankful for, to have each and every last one of you guys to help me keep going, whether you guys know it or not. Tragic things be happening to me behind the scenes, and I don't share that because I'm just not that type of person. You know what I mean? I like to keep pushing and go through the brighter side of things. And this right here, talking to y'all, coming on here, sharing experiences, knowing that I'm not alone, you know what I mean, means everything. And I'm so thankful it's gotten me back to this space, where I feel alive, and I just want to say thank you, Aries. But don't make me cry. Okay. I'm for real, y'all. Thank y'all. I just want to say thank you. Real G's don't cry. All right, but let's get into the read. Let's see what messages come out for you in the spread. Okay. Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Gemini. Okay. Two sides. Some people will even say three sides, especially to a story. Okay. So this may be some of the energies that you guys are dealing with right now. This could be your mouth moving faster than your mind, you could be in an energy where you're thinking very sharply. Like our Aries is already a witty sign. So with this Sagittarius in you right now, in this Gemini energy is extra witty, extra sharp. You on point, whether that's with your fit, with your verbiage, your stares, you know what I'm saying? If looks could kill, honey, that sort of thing. But just in general, this is an energy where you are on top of your game. And not only that, there's consistency with it. Your momentum has not slowed down. It has not dried up. It's looking refreshing. As a matter of fact, just as this light is making sure it's going to make its way in this room, honey, that's what your glow and your aura is doing right now. Is fucking people's minds up, Aries. All right, let's see what messages come out. Welcome, Kalanda. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome, all of you guys. Welcome. All right. Let's see what messy cards do we have. I think my goddess cards are in the other room. All right, we can make it interesting. Let's pull from the character. See who's cosplaying this week. All right, messages for Aries spirit. Can I get some? Did anybody make desserts today? What type of pies and cakes did you guys make today? I'm a dessert lover. Like, I have an infinity for pastries and bakeries, and yes, honey. So anytime there's a dinner, I'm always like, what they make as far as the dessert. Hi from Croatia. Welcome, everybody. I hope everyone is well. Welcome. All right, so we have two cards to come out. Very interesting energy. So, elder and learner. So, I feel like this could be an energy in Aries. People always want to put you in an energy of wanting to sun you. You know what I'm saying? Like they just look at you and automatically assume, they're going to put you there and you're going to follow suit. You know what I mean? But you are not that energy. You are that of an elders type of energy here. I don't care what package or how you're packaged. You know what I'm saying? You could be 5'2", and I'm talking about full of the force and full of the fire and giving it to them, honey. And that's what I really feel is like the type of energy. Like, you've always been someone who really puts maybe the elders in their place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really blow people their minds away when they figure out how much you really know. People get offended, and people get suspicious about you, or they get suspicious towards you, when it comes down to certain things, because it's like, how do you know that? Who have you been talking to? Who are you around? You know what I mean? And you're the wisdom bearer is what this is giving here. And people are shocked. They're blown away. Maybe some of the things that you've done or said, they went to fact check, and boom, it was everything that you said it was, because maybe you've experienced these things before. And maybe certain health benefits or certain herbs, or just how to mix, and like, you may be a natural healist or herbalist of some sort here, and what you put together, what you make, it really works, it really heals. It's really shocking people that you are holding or withholding such knowledge, such power. You know what I mean? And it's like, people take elders and they take knowledge for granted. There's so many years within these people that your grandfathers and your grandmothers and your greats and your great greats and that sort of thing. That right there, that's walking history. You know what I'm saying? I ask myself all the time. I think about it, like my um family members who have passed away. There's so many questions I wish that I could ask them now. I wasn't in that space in life to understand a lot of things. You know what I mean? But if I could, pick up and dial heaven's line, or that spiritual hotline to have a long conversation, a FaceTime or something, you know what I'm saying? I would be there. And I feel like a lot of you guys, your ancestors or your elders, they want to pass that down to you, or they have passed that down to you, even if they have passed over in spirit. You know what I mean here? So that alone, it's blowing people's mind that you're walking the earth like this. You're speaking and talking and doing ancient movements and practices. You know what I'm saying? That maybe people, everyday people, don't just pick up from or pick up on. Like you're doing something special, that you're doing something different. You might be even scaring people. You know what I'm saying? People are learning from you. And it's a different, like I said, there's a lot of shifts here happening, and this is one of them. You fucking people's heads up. It's like, oh, I might just need to pay attention to this one. It's you are an explorer, whether you realize it or not. And you don't even have to look like you paying attention to something to be able to absorb it like a sponge, pick it up and lay it back out. You know what I'm saying? That right there, that's real talent. That's real gifts. And you was the first to touch down. So you was the first to absorb such things, but maybe the last to understand because it was so much. You had so many other things to deal with. Out here being, like I said, Aries being the first sign. You don't have a manuscript or anything to follow. You thrown out there and all you hear is action. So yeah, I would hope you've experienced a thing or two and learned a thing or two. You are an inquisitive type soul, right? And understand that a lot of y'all, your life, all of us, our lives are in cycles, and just help yourself not repeat. If you gonna go through this cycle, we're gonna hop to the next one and not repeat the same things. That's how you become an elder, not just in age, but in spirit. And that alone is gonna take you as far as you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Just knowledge is power, but it could be dangerous. Moderation. Aries, your a word that I would say would be for Aries to adopt in the top 5 words. If Aries was to adopt words, it would be moderation. Man, it's gonna take you so far, Aries. Moderation. Across the board, baby. I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all, that's all you need, because it's easy. Quickness is your first second nature. Like that just you're fire driven. That is what it is. So fire moves quick. So when you start feeling that fire, hit it with that moderation. Okay. Just a little tap of it to start. All right. We have diviner and young. Like I said, all of that, you giving off that energy of a fortune teller, somebody with foresight, some type of insight, that people, like I said, they may be sneaking and peeking to try and really see and decode what it is that you actually are talking about, doing, or got going on. Right? This could be people younger than you, older than you. But there's something about you, like you hold this vitality, this spirit about you, like I said, that draws all walks of life. And people that try and mimic it, try and control it, try and destroy it, it fucks their mind up. And I feel like they personal lives. You know what I'm saying? Because mm, when you minding your business, especially when spirit is calling you to do some spiritual business, and somebody is finding their way and making it their business to throw you off of that, then you better believe it's an avalanche, a earthquake, a tornado, or a hurricane, whatever it is, coming your goddamn way. Okay? It's your spiritual way, however you want to look at it. Okay? Let's get into the tarot. Let's see what messages come out. But I see growth for you, Aries, for sure, to come, as always. There's this cosmic connection. We have a I don't know if it's another new moon or a super moon. I mean, is it a super moon? I know it's called the cold moon. It's December 4th, but we do have another one coming up. I think it'll be the last one of the year. Okay, so I feel like this is that you have been getting a lot of personal cosmic connections here, and it's just like connecting the dots here for you, just to catapult you forward. This is a season where a lot of things are, it's like if the clock was up here, it feels like this is doing this for a lot of people's lives. If it was here, it feels like it's doing this for a lot of people's lives right here. And like I said, I feel like it's not really going to be a lot of gray area when it comes down to different things. This is a season of black and white, especially with us being in the age of Aquarius. So the veil is already thin. If something is to be revealed, baby, I hope you got your shit in your closet together, because nobody's exempt. But I don't feel like this is your energy. People are really shocked because you're not the one that they able to spray or judge as harshly as maybe they once could or are trying to. Or, you know what I mean? Yeah, Nine of Swords. It might be stressing somebody the fuck out. Look at him holding his head. You fucking up people's minds, Aries. You've been doing that though. I feel like you've been doing that for the past couple of weeks strong. And you not coming up. Holidays ain't over with. And even when they are, every day is an Aries day. Welcome everybody. The Emperor, what I say? The holidays ain't over. And every day is still what? An Aries day. People are upset how they dressed you up or not dressed you at all. You know what I mean? People are upset. Your mind is in like just that many levels and just that many depths, and you're that suited up, you're that ready underneath all of that, or what they couldn't see at all. It's mind blowing. It's mind fucking like a mind fuck of some sort here is really what you're doing here. The whole time your crown is protected. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not fair. But like I said, you have to pick and choose your battles in this lifetime very wisely, and you are somebody, you have an advantage. You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all be out there and people be telling you, find out your age, and they tell you don't look nothing like it. Aries have a very special, don't look like they age look. And that, but a lot. You already be a whole lot older. So that alone, that's knowledge. Like those are signs that tell you what type of being you are and where you come from and how you have evolutionized. You know what I'm saying? Whether an emperor from 1,000 years ago or you an emperor right now walking today in these 2025 streets. You know what I'm saying? Same impact, but it's getting better through generation. It's getting bolder. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting more on track. It's perfecting itself. And it's something that you stay loyal to, whether you realize that you're doing this, repeating this, following through with this, maybe somebody before you, because that's what you do. What you really here to walk in your purpose to help finish out not just you individually, but your lineage, your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And with the Queen of Wands, Aries energy. People are seeing their mindset is piss poor. Yours is morally rich. It's practical. Page of Wands, believe it or not, comes from humble beginnings, fresh starts, cycles where you've had to start over and over again from scratch. But still, you the emperor. And when they say you're not a boss if you can't take a loss. Ace of Swords, ain't that the truth? Aquarius energy. Like I said, mentally right now, don't bet against yourself, Aries. I'm just gonna say that. Don't bet against yourself, boo. You shouldn't be doing that anyways. And if you around people that's betting against you, then you need to get the F from around them. Because they are the problem. Messages for Aries spirit. I'm not going to take up too much of y'all time though. How's everyone's day going? All right, we have the Knight of Cups, Scorpio energy. I feel like this is an energy definitely you have people in spaces where, their options they don't want those options. If they had one option, I feel like you would be that option. And in whatever space that is, and you hold, especially in a person's heart space, is a really stable type of feeling. It's a I can count on you type of feeling. You know what I mean? Like I said, you're a very strong person. You can see into things, you can feel things, you know what I'm saying? And it really hurts and it really messes people up more than they anticipate, when they do get in their ways, or they do try and juggle you, or they do try and back burner you, or look over you, or not prioritize you in any type of way. That's something that in the long run, they really have to deal with. But we got the King of Pentacles here. Is you don't change, you stay humble, you stay in your ways. You're even with a pocket full of money or no money. You know what I'm saying? You the King of Pentacles either way, with 2 cents or all the cents. You know what I'm saying? You the same Jerry's. I was trying to mix the same OG with Aries. My bad. But you still with 2 cents or a pocket full of money, you still the same OG and still the same Aries. That messes people's minds up because people can't wait to get $1 million and change their number and shit on everybody and flex on everybody. You know what I'm saying? You're not on that. Your flex is a different type of flex. Your everyday life, you're already flexing on people. And that's where they're missing the entire experience here. You know what I'm saying? You really do cherish things, and how can you not? Just think about fire. When it touches something, it succumbs it. You know what I'm saying? So you're the same, but not to the extent where it torches something or anything like that. But I mean, you know what I mean, energy wise. But to the same extent, you could get warmth or you can get burned, right? Either way, Aries, like I said, you fucking their mind up. And then you looking like a boss, zaddy, more and more every day, boss, mommy, more and more every day. Like that will distract a person's life. Aries. And like it's looking like you're getting over things and you're moving up and you're moving on and you're moving fast. Wardrobe change is what this is giving. Okay. Your wardrobe is upgrading or something. It's like somebody goes back to your social medias and everything's updated and upgraded and changed, and like Empress energy, fast, like something when it happens for you or happening for you, fast, honey. All right, we have the Sun, Leo energy, and the Hanged Man to come out in reverse. Yeah. I would say the Hanged Man upright is definitely you're seeking the knowledge. These may be personal downloads from spirit, but Pisces energy also. This could be people speaking about you. This could be passive aggressive feelings, but like I said, when it's in reverse, this is somebody's mind and it's fucked up. They're mad, maybe in their head, because like I said, you're the better choice, you're the better option. Um, your good side looks better. If someone is, it's like when people look at themselves a certain way, and others, for whatever reason, because I've experienced this in real life too with people. They see themselves like how they were in high school, or, they're in denial. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many times a person tries to sit there and be direct with them, they're in denial. You have energies I feel like some of you guys deal with, and in communities of people like this, they share the same brain. Is like it's some small town syndrome type energies here. And I feel like that if this may not apply to everybody, but there may be something that you're dealing with here. It's what you have to offer is something more geared towards the world. You know what I mean here? And it's something that what's around you is just not ready for. It's gonna mess their minds up every time. And what people don't understand, they either become jealous of, they hate on, or they envy. And that may be all the same damn thing, but hey, I just said it three different ways. But it don't ever end in no positive way, especially for the creator, for the artist, the actor, the developer, the architect, you know what I mean? The big dreamer type energy here. So you gonna fuck their mind up whether you in front of their face in that small town, in that city, or whether or not you on that big stage or you're in that big office, so you closing them deals, you know what I'm saying? You saving lives. Like I said, you whatever, you're building, creating, whatever it is, Aries, you're doing it. And there's attention, there's recognition there for you, there's financial gain, there's reward there for you. Justice. Ooh, what I say? I can't make this up. All is fair. All right. They gonna have to go lose their mind somewhere else, basically. Two of Cups, because this right here, people are gonna be shocked. Like I said, at the way you're picking and you're moving, and you never been one to choose sides anyways. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like people, they feel like they hold a spot, in your life, or they hold an opinion, or they can just step in or step out whenever they get ready into a partnership, when things look like they're getting good, but it's not necessarily, when you're there facing the actual laws and in the court system, or whatever that this is that you fighting for injustice wise, you may not have the right people backing you or in your corner. And you're noticing that. And maybe you're addressing it directly, or maybe you're quietly doing this and just redirecting your focus and your energy, and others may pick up on that, and it may be messing their head up, but they may silently have to go somewhere and deal with it, because you ain't did nothing to nobody, and focusing on yourself ain't never been no crime. But for some reason that fucks people's mind up when it comes to you, because you're supposed to be the fool, or at least their fool. It's like, is that fool out there driving without me? What? You know what I mean? Just imagine, Aries, you grown as hell, own car, driver's license, everything. Somebody just flipping out. It's like people, I feel a lot of times attach themselves to you like that, whether you realize it or not. Like people really, and a lot of times I see it like gatekeeping, and it's like you have this talent, or there's something about you that people feel like they need to stick around or stick to see where it goes, or you may be somebody's lucky rabbit foot type energies for whatever matter this is, and it's really messing them up, because have people really not play you from the beginning, they could really see how far and how much of a blessing that you truly are. You know what I mean? But the people are so stuck inside of themselves and in their own ways, and it unfortunately triggers and trickles off and affects the growth of others. But you are a fighter, and you're not gonna let that shit get you. You're not gonna let it take you under. That's for sure, whether they see you as the fool or not. Period. As they say. Yeah. Their money is no good here. Their time is no good here. Your energy is no good here. If it come with all this, it's still the Ten of Swords. This is like fake partnerships, fake relationships. It's people who have taken from you, stolen from you. Oh, I didn't mean to stab you in your back. Oh, but you still did, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, it's people are insane when it all boils down to it. Mental, straight jacket energy. And it's not funny. Look at this. I can't even make this up. The moon, Pisces energy. Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? All right. Aries. Messages for Aries spirit. We're going to pull an angel number too, y'all. Ten of Cups here. Yeah, Cancer energy. But like I said, you are fighting. You fighting so much so it's getting through, and it's getting through to exactly who it needs and what it needs to get through to. And that's as above. So keep reaching, keep speaking. You know what I'm saying? Intentions, intuition, healing, connecting, and most importantly, fucking their minds up. Let's pull an angel number. I have to lean forward because I can't really read. Welcome from Dallas, Texas. All right, number 13. You are, I always mess this word up, y'all. You are a consensuous worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. Your affirmation is I am confident, and you should be. Aries, what I tell you, you should be. Number 13 could be significant for you. You say you missed everything. No, you didn't miss everything. You missed the read. Just you can watch the playback. But I'd like to thank all of you guys. Like I said, if wa- watch the playback, but I am very thankful for each and every last one of you guys. Um, I hope you guys are all enjoying your day. And I hope you guys are also in a space, at least if you're not where you want to be. I really hope, and I'm really sending energy, towards you growing into that space, into that person that you see yourself as, that you want to walk into, and just be, whatever it is that you want to change or imprint into this world. I ask that spirit, clear your throat chakra, give you the strength and the confidence, and the knowledge and the power behind what you're speaking on. You know what I mean? And it really means something, and people really feel you and where you're coming from. And I ask that spirit, touch your hands, and the things that you create and want to paint or draw or write or carve or, weld or whatever, build, that spirit touches you, and that you're able to use those hands to get you, and then, like I said, create, your voice to sing, you know, your legs, your feet, your hands to move and dance, you know, and just be active. You know, you are an active spirit. That is a part of your purpose. You know what I'm saying? So that is what I ask every day. And I'm thankful that I have such colorful people like you out here in this world that are just as different and unique. And stand in that, and that y'all proud of that. You know what I mean? That's what this world is made of. This world is a melting pot. I don't care how they try and divide it. You know what I'm saying? And as long as we see through that, then they could never fucking stop us. You know what I'm saying? So happy Turkey Day to you, whether you celebrate it or not. Baby, we here and we made it. I love you guys. I don't know. I'm gonna go out for a little bit. And like I said, I had a few personal readings to get out. So I am working to get those out to you guys. But I'm gonna try, if not, get back on this channel, the other channel, before the night is over with. All right. So until then, you guys, I love each and every last one of you guys. Enjoy your day, your afternoon, your evening, your morning. Okay. Mwah. Ciao.